Hello there.
Yo, my dad just told me we are going out to dinner in about an hour, so I thought to myself, let's squeeze in a quick reaction of Boardwalk Empire. This one is about 56 minutes. I'm like, yes, we can squeeze it in. I'm like, Dad, hold up a sec. Let me record a video before we go. And that would be the cue for us to leave in an hour. So yeah, what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Absolutely shooting his shot. And today we are up to episode 5 of Boardwalk Empire Season 4. This one is titled Erlkönig. So I'm guessing this is like a German phrase. And we had a lot of German phrases last episode. And I recorded last episode this morning. So this is later in the afternoon, nearing evening today, and I thought episode 4 was absolutely fantastic. So hopefully this one lives up to the heights of last episode as well. We're gonna get into the reaction. We're gonna have some fun with this thing, and as always, let's absolutely smash it. Let's go.
It is not
make use of your time, man. Make use of your time.
We recommend.
My dad said we're going out in an hour. I'm like, all right, let's squeeze in a YouTube reaction. I was gonna play some Call of Duty and do a little bit of job searching as well. I'm just like, nah, let's squeeze it in. Have one in the tuck for tomorrow as well. Is it me, or can you just sit and watch this show all day and, like, want the conversations with the characters to just go on and never end?
Hello? Uncle Nucky. Willie?
Oh, yeah.
How are you? Where are you calling from? Philadelphia.
Willie's first kill.
I'm in Philadelphia, and, Willie. Eddie! Are you up there?
Eddie being detained, man.
Eddie!
That's his 2 boys.
Eddie!
Mr. Thompson?
Have you seen him today?
No.
He ain't gonna fold. He ain't the weakest link.
You can say yes or no. Doesn't obligate you to anything.
You do not say you're welcome when someone says no, thank you.
Why?
Because they have not accepted anything from you.
His English is better than yours. Heck, I guess it is. Where did you learn it? Did you study it over in Prussia, I guess you would have called it?
Why am I here?
Why do you think you're here?
I do not know.
People don't get hauled off the street for no reason, do they? Do they get hauled off the street for no reason?
I am not a policeman.
No one thinks you're a policeman. We're the policemen.
I have done nothing wrong.
You had a pistol up your sleeve.
That is for protection.
Against who?
Anyone.
Apaches.
What do you think we should do? Don't see what choice we have. Darn it. Darn it to heck.
They're playing this interrogation game here.
I think you should stay here for a while. For your own good.
Anyone but Eddie, man. He just getting started. I hope they, you know, freaking Van Ouden's house is the only one that's yet to be bricked up or, like, even, you know, finished off, still under construction.
They disturb the people so early.
It's election day, dear. They have the right to campaign.
They should not make so much fuss and do what they are told.
I love Van Ouden's wife. She a murderer, but, like, she alright.
Everybody has the opinion. Nothing gets done. Your friends have returned?
The joyride from last episode. The Capones.
Built this whole thing yourself?
The Rosetta model.
Put some grass down there. Spruce it up.
That's the summer project.
Time for the morning shift. Let's go, George. Gonna be a good day.
I feel like he can succeed much more with the Capones than O'Banion. O'Banion just sees him as a little toy, and he just plays around with him. Oh, he a suspect. Yo, if Eli found out about this, woohoo. Uncle Nucky to the rescue?
How are you, Will?
I'm okay.
You shaking?
No,
Hotel Arlington? Yes, Mr. Roy Phillips. Please. I beg your pardon.
She waiting on her mans to come?
I don't see how that's any of your concern. How do I know he hasn't arrived since the last time I... Yes. The same message.
Yo, Jip Rossetti, what did you do?
It's all right.
He sent her down on a path that she not gonna recover from.
Path, boys.
Hey, Frank.
The fuck's he doing here?
You asked for him, Garibaldi. You liked the way he handled himself last night.
I did? The woods. Daniel fucking Crockett.
The woods!
You better run.
Hey, George, you know what day it is?
Election day.
April Fools. And all the suckers, they're gonna find out that the joke's on them. You know what that includes?
I don't.
Guess.
I can't.
He likes flowers.
Mr. O'Banion.
Listen to him.
There's been awfully a lot of that static sort of medium wide long shot this episode where the character themselves will be to either side of the frame, either in the right hand side of the frame or left hand side of the frame, not in the middle. And a large portion of the frame would be filled up by the background, the backdrop of that. And you had it in the scene before with Nucky and Willie. They did the same thing where they were only occupying, or the character themselves were only occupying the right hand side of the frame. And then obviously he had the background occupying the rest. And the character themselves, the figure themselves, is made to look small in the frame. And they're doing that right here with Al Capone. And sometimes with Van Alden.
Come here.
See? Yet again, this time in the left-hand side of the frame.
Closer. Come on. I won't hurt you. You done bad things. I saw you.
So have you.
Yes, I have. But not to the guy I work for. You got a little wild streak. Huh?
I don't like Capone on the cocaine, man.
Let's see how you do today. Then we'll talk. Because there's some unfinished business at the florist.
Leave all that for later. Al,
Frankie, the level-headed one.
go out there, pick the 20 best men you can find, take them over to the main gate of Western Electric. Help the voters make up their minds. You with us?
I needs to ask his wife.
I don't need to ask anyone anything.
I think he wants to bite me.
Respect the boundaries, huh? You still got that piece?
You mean this?
Hold on to it. Shouldn't be any need, but... You okay then?
Hey,
Man,
perk yourself up.
if you told me when this show first started
Right now.
that Van Alden was going to be working
my
with
friend.
Al Capone, I would have laughed in your face.
Yeah! Who's gonna fuck with us, huh?
Stephen Graham's so good in this role.
Just the fellas. My roommate Clayton and me. Some girls.
Uh-huh.
There was liquor.
Where'd that come from? Will, you need to tell me.
Mr. Doyle.
Mickey sold you liquor.
No, he just gave it to you. He didn't sell you.
Why didn't you come to me?
I didn't want you to know.
But I know now. You see, Will? The liquor came from me. I didn't know, and now there's a problem.
I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
Mickey sold you liquor. You brought it back to school.
It was just a party. Everybody was having a good time. The next morning, he wasn't moving. I don't know.
Are you gonna,
Did he drink a lot?
are you gonna drop the chemicals you put in his drink?
But he was the only one who...
Yes,
How well did you know him?
I didn't.
I thought he was your friend.
What?
When we had dinner, you called him a friend.
I don't have a lot of friends here, Uncle Nucky.
I'm going to talk to the district attorney. If he's just fishing, then I'll know it, and it all goes away. What you have to do is pull yourself together and remember the truth.
Are they gonna put it down to like a...
Let me ask you again. Was Henry your friend?
Yes. You just gotta say he was his friend.
Yes,
Yeah.
How much did he drink?
A lot.
a lot.
Just gotta put it down to
Where'd you
like
get the liquor?
alcohol
I
poisoning.
didn't bring any liquor.
Fabricate the story and keep it that way. That's the way they're going about it.
Good.
Following an inspection of your domicile, the officer will submit a report.
They've done that this episode as well with some of the shots with
Mrs. Darmody, are you all right? You're looking a bit peaked.
Gillian, where
I didn't sleep last night.
only a little bit of her face will be in focus,
I wake
and
up.
the bottom half and the top half
Stuck
is a
on
bit
top.
blurry.
I'm out of bed and I realize.
Yes.
I realize.
The effects
It's
of
not
the heroin.
And there's no getting back to sleep.
You know, someone rolls their sleeves up.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
I don't know what's wrong with me today. Oh dear.
Here. Clench it tight for a minute.
I must look quite a horror.
Not at all.
I'm just in such a state. You reach a point in life and you realize it's what you leave behind that matters. And the thought that Tommy might not remember me at all. As if I never even existed.
Best to take it one step at a time.
Is there anything I can do to help my situation?
As I explained.
I mean right now.
No, what the f... Oh, no, no.
Is there
No.
anything I can do
Brother.
right now?
Brother. Brother, don't fall into temptation.
Mrs. Darmody,
Stay strong, brother.
Yes.
it would be in your best interest to leave these chambers immediately.
Thank you, my guy. Thank you.
Mr. Thompson, Eugene Mulhern. I'm an assistant district attorney. How do you do?
Mr. Mulhern, you're not who I want to see.
The district attorney asked me to meet with you and answer any questions you might have.
Why isn't he here?
He had other obligations, regretfully.
Okay.
You
Up the
fellows
start,
are
Nucky
making a
probably
mistake.
wants it.
How's that?
Trying to turn a quirk of fate into what? A manslaughter charge?
10 separate witnesses say he brought liquor to that party.
Is that really worth your time and effort?
If that boy was poisoned, then yes.
Where are you getting that from?
His symptoms are consistent with poisoning.
Alcohol poisoning.
That's not what the coroner says. Mr. Gaines is a major contributor to the Pennsylvania Republican Party. He's lost his son, and he doesn't want to hear about life's random misfortunes. Someone's got to answer for this. We just don't have any choice.
Damn, so they trying to pin the blame on Willie without like any
How
evidence?
are we keeping?
Despite us knowing it was him
You are
and
fine.
his other mate, but
I admire that kind of backbone. Does he know how tough you are?
Who?
Your boss, Mr. Thompson. I understand. Good soldier. Really, the more I see of you, the more I like. But let me ask this. Would he do the same for you? You've been here all day, Eddie. No one's asked for you. Not on the boardwalk, not over at the Onyx Club, not in the Speaks or the Wire Rooms. The world is going on without you. Nucky Thompson is going on without you. And the only person who really cares what happens to you right now is me.
You are my friend.
No, I'm not.
Then who are you?
and the guy just caught some lead and you're doing that? Really?
That's who I am. And I'm going to own every last bit of you.
I know Knock's doing the right thing legally, but they sure do not make it easy for the audience to like the guys that are doing the right thing. Remember Esther Thompson?
Clean yourself up.
Who was Henry Gaines?
He's a friend of mine.
Who brought the liquor?
Beats me.
How much did Henry drink?
A lot.
J. Cole 21 Savage.
And the Mickey.
A what?
The Mickey Finn, the knockout punch, whatever was in there.
I don't know.
Willie, I have to ask you not to lie just now. It won't help. And frankly, I don't like it. I need to know what's true, so we could agree on the rest. Understood?
Nucky knows he slipped it. He ain't dumb.
All right. Here's what I'm going to need you to do.
Factory gates are there.
This is so
Polling
interesting.
booth down that way. You know the situation.
Make sure they vote for Clinton, or don't vote at all.
Most people, they don't want trouble. Who's a mayor? Who's a president? What's to them? We'll run this burg. Keep the green flowing. That's all anyone cares about.
And O'Bannon?
Lots of ways to do business. See how it plays out. Get the piece?
Right here.
And hop to it. Hey. Don't worry about my brother, okay? Sometimes he just needs a good kick in the ass.
Who's gonna do the kicking?
It's in advance.
Damn, that's a big band.
Stick with me, huh? I'll put grass on your fucking lawn.
We got Frankie Cabal, man. You know them on a first name basis.
As each worker goes by, I want you to inquire how he intends to vote.
Inquire.
They already know what can happen, and most people don't want trouble. I didn't come out for no tea social.
Al says give it to him good.
Al's not in charge here, I am.
You ain't in charge of nothing.
I say we pick the first guy and clobber him.
We're doing it my way.
Or what?
Shut in the piece. Shut in the piece.
Go ahead and try.
Can't let it get out of hand like that. Yeah, they are utilizing sort of like the out of focus lens with Gilly in this episode.
I'm looking for someone. I don't know his name. I'm told he could be found here.
Gillian looking in all sorts this episode, man.
I realize we've never met before. It's probably not how you normally conduct business. But I made some inquiries. Here I am.
You far from home, Bo Peep.
Nothing's very far from anything here. Is it?
You gonna take the skin off? Who send you round?
Does that matter?
I like to know where my customers come from.
I spent several years on the stage.
Do tell.
You know how show people are.
How are they?
We like to keep our ears close to the ground.
Well, what you got tucked up your little pouch there?
May I examine the preparation first?
No, you mayn't.
You gonna show him the heroin?
That's all I've got.
Then you find that lost sheep somewhere else.
Perhaps we could discuss another form of payment?
Here we go.
having a difficult day. Mr.
Oxford.
Mr. Oxford. A very difficult day.
Right, bro hangs around with Narcisse for a little bit and changes his name to a university. Freaking Pursley, man.
Sometimes we need a little extra help. That's all this is.
Oh, he the supplier. Oh, I forgot about that.
Go easy now, little Bo. I like my lambs keep coming home.
Where I went,
I was like, I forgot Pursley was dealing.
stayed normal over in Trenton. There are more important things than what may or may not have happened at some party.
My father won't know.
No one will know.
That's insane. That's insane the way they've covered this up.
Mr. Thompson, Lawrence Isley.
Mr. District Attorney, thanks for making the time.
Sorry for the mix-up earlier.
Not to worry, but I'm sure you can appreciate my concern.
Oh, I'd feel the same way if it was my nephew.
We want to get this cleared up before it turns into something.
I completely understand.
This is where this lifestyle begins. The first big lie.
Henry Gaines was a pal of mine.
But don't you have like 10 or 15 other witnesses saying you weren't pals? Is that Margaret? Oh no, oh my.
Darling, it's me.
Why did I think it was Margaret? I knew it was Gillian, but like...
You're a beautiful little man. I'm going to kiss you hello. May I do that?
You're looking like something straight out of The Shining this episode.
Are you learning a lot here?
Straight from a horror movie, man. Poor
That makes me
Gillian.
so happy because she wants you to be smart. She wants you to be the smartest boy there ever was. I think you're going to like him. We're all going to be together, and that's going to make us so happy. Won't that be nice?
Poor Tommy, man.
All right. All right. I have something for you. It's, here it is. It's an Abba Zaba. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's wonderful. And it's for you. And we're going home now.
You going insane asylum, man?
You're going to come home with me. And hello, Julia. How are you? I'm very well. Are these your relations?
Poor Tommy, man.
Of course they are.
Poor Tommy.
Well then, what are you doing here? Just bringing Tommy home.
Like, my guy would have a phase where he's pretty good, Tommy, and then there will be something that comes up that, like, has to question his allegiance, and my kid is too young to be making these decisions. Like, he'll have a good phase, and then someone will come along saying they're their mum or dad or something like that. Just like, nah, you should be home with me. Then he'll have a good phase. Nah, I'm your daddy. Nah, I'm your mum. Oh, poor Tommy, man. He been dragged through the ringer, man.
He doesn't live with you anymore. Now, Julia, that's for the judge to decide. We had a chat today, and he was very forthcoming. Come on, sweetie. I'm here. No, no. This isn't proper.
Listen, I feel bad for Gillian,
It's a beautiful
but
day, and this isn't proper.
in the best interest of the child,
Walk this way, okay? We're not looking back.
Tommy should not go with her.
This way, ma'am.
Let go of me. Let go of me. You don't have the right.
Now,
you can't just bleach me out like a laundry stain.
Someone needs to roll up them sleeves, man.
Abba Zaba.
Like, if somebody rolls up them sleeves, that case is closed. That case ain't even making it to the court.
Here it is.
Not bad.
I can't believe he beat the case.
It's okay.
Actually, I do believe because he's got Nucky's help.
Can you play this?
Not really.
You need to find yourself a girl to serenade. Give you an incentive. Shut the door for a minute.
So what about if his other friend Clayton decides to speak up?
Uncle Monkey.
No lecture. Just just a few things I want to say. And every now and then you'll think about the terrible thing that happened to a boy whose face you can't quite remember. I promise you can live with it.
Damn.
Is that what you do?
Oh, yes, he does.
You're going to graduate. We'll get you into another school, if that's what's necessary. It's not important.
Hope that doesn't come to bite him in the ass. Are you sure you can count on Blood?
The rage you feel.
Because Blood ordered out a hit on you, Nucky.
But don't let anyone know that.
How much did you pay the district attorney?
One day we'll talk about all that. Right now, you just need to stick to what we discussed and not worry about the rest.
I'm sorry.
You're Clayton.
Yes, sir. You're Willie's father.
No, his uncle.
Oh. How do you? I'll come back later. I was just
That's all
coming
right. I have to get back home. Remember what we talked about?
Yo, he did him the biggest solid, man. Somehow. Eli just blindsided. He probably gonna see his kid graduate. He's gonna be so happy. He'll be like,
It's good to meet you, Clayton.
he got some great motivation from out of nowhere. And we know what the motivation was.
Where the hell have you been all day?
Didn't feel like going to class.
Christ, Will, everybody's talking about. What are we gonna do?
It's taken care of.
What does that mean?
It's been taken care of.
He's dead, Will. That's not just gonna go.
Clayton, I have to study.
Hey, there's one more loose end,
There's a
man.
test in commerce tomorrow. And I have to study, so how about you leave me alone?
Out the way, move. Move. What the fuck's going on here? A numerically disadvantaged situation. A what?
There's 6 carloads on the way. Just keep them behind that gate until they get here.
Yo, if Al pulls out the Tommy gun, these guys ain't gonna do anything.
No need for any grief, fellas.
It's all sewed up anyway. Go home. Have a nice dinner.
Make some more money tomorrow, huh?
We're waiting for the cops. That ain't coming.
How do you know?
I got a buddy on the force.
And who are you? Yeah, who are we? I'll show you who the fuck we are. Don't tell me what to do.
Usa la capa per una volta.
Come on, tomorrow?
Che ce ne fotte?
It matters to me. We need those extra men or we need to leave. Shut the fuck up! I'll nail you in front of a cigar stand with a war button on your scalp. Take this! Right, this is how it is. We're running Cicero. Huh? It's all done, legal. Anybody don't like it, then step out here. Come on, guys, come on. Just one of you. Step out. If you think you got the fucking balls. Get the Dago sons of bitches.
Oh, they all got the balls. They gotta hold them off till the numbers come. Yo, they're getting their asses whooped. You think Capone is gonna let this slide? He gonna pick him up. He gonna pick him up. Yo! Oh, it's over. Oh my gosh. Yo, they godfathered him. They godfathered him. Damn. Yo, is that O'Banion's boys or the police? Like, oh. Yo, that's crazy how Frank was the last one to see Van Ouden's true intentions before he got shot. Oh. Oh. We thought we already saw a psychotic Al Capone this season. Oh, it's about to get a whole lot worse with Al Capone, man. Oh, Bottles, the other brother. Oh, he better be ready to step in line. I know he's trying to stay away from that sort of stuff in the game, but he better get ready to get involved. Ooh, it's a lonely world out here. Look how small she looked in that frame.
You were very cold when I found you.
I must have just fallen
Hopefully this is the start of a recovery path for Gillian.
How you feeling now?
better.
Cleaning this up for you. Find a line on the floor.
At least he knows and can fix the problem, hopefully.
That's just...
Yeah, I know what it is.
You ain't gonna break him.
Manufacture. This is something we've been waiting for, and now it's arrived.
From far across the seas.
Stellvertretender Director.
Assistant manager.
Is that his kid's files?
Is that a good job?
Or his former jobs?
Watch over the employees.
Make sure nobody steals.
There were many. I am a legal resident of the United States.
You are what I say you are. And I say you don't belong
Oh,
here.
piss off, man.
Don't deport me.
Wer reitet so spät durch Nacht und Wind? Es ist der Vater mit seinem Kind.
Yo, F you, Knox, honestly.
Do das.
I was Army intelligence during the war. I thought the language was very beautiful. A father rides with his son through night and wind. The child is terrified. A demon in the woods.
Like, I know he's
The
doing
Elf King.
the right thing
What does the father say, Ed?
by pursuing these guys.
Mein Sohn,
But like I said,
es ist ein Nebelstreif.
they're making it very hard to like him.
Fog.
He has a very punchable
The
face.
father is wrong and the Elf King is real and the son. What happens to the son, Ed, in beautiful German?
In seinen Armen, das Kind war tot.
In his arms, the child was dead.
Ralph Capone.
Yes.
At the train station. That was the man I gave the money to.
Why?
At least he given up the Capones and not Nucky in terms of his loyalties. But poor Ralph, man, he shared a good time with him.
Because that is what Nucky told me to do.
Every man has a breaking point. They got Eddie, man. Now, is he going to be able to live with it? We've seen one character this episode sort of
Ed,
do something terrible in Willie,
we'll see you again soon.
and he's going to have to live with what he did. Is he going to be able to? Is Eddie going to be able to live with what he did in that betrayal? liked Frank Capone, man.
I get off the train. And right there, in a newspaper,
Ben Alden has no choice but to side with the Capones now, surely.
who's all happy there? Al says come out.
There's not much more to go on. Word is they were Chicago detectives, a special squad. They say someone called and told them the Cicero police couldn't be trusted. He never got his gun out.
Every fucking thing that crawls is gonna pay.
I told you, man. Al Capone about to get a full sended arc this season. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Clayton Davies. We're with the Philadelphia police.
Yo, don't tell me they're gonna throw Clayton under the rug. Don't tell me he gonna take the shellacking for it. Or all of it. And because he doesn't have the contacts or resources of Willie.
Do you know what happened? They arrested Clayton.
What do you mean?
The police came and they arrested him. They said he poisoned Henry. Why would somebody do something like that?
Surely Clayton gonna plead his case.
Looked like you slept on a bench.
I spent the night with old friends. There was much drinking, too much. And the night became morning, and...
If you're going to disappear for an entire day...
It will not happen again.
I shouldn't have to worry about that. You understand? That's all I'm saying. It's a responsibility that you asked for. Have you eaten?
I am not hungry.
Suit yourself.
He ain't gonna tell him. Ah, he ain't gonna tell him the truth. Damn.
Come over here. Well, here's something else I'd rather not worry about.
Oh, Tom got the socks wrong. Yo, is he writing a letter to his kids? Or is he writing a final letter to Nucky? Like, is he gonna kill himself here? And he's doing one final preparation of Nucky's clothes and getting it in order? Eddie, man, no! Don't do the Game of Thrones! Don't do the Game of Thrones! I hope he landed on some sandbag and somehow survived it. And is just badly injured. Damn, I guess I'm going to have to find out in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. That was absolutely fantastic. That was a well-made episode of Boardwalk Empire. No Chalky White. No Chalky White. No Richard Harrow. No Emma. No Narcisse. But it was a really well-edited episode. The way it balanced the storylines between Chicago with Capone, Van Alden, then obviously you had Gillian, and then obviously Nucky handling his business with Willie, and then, you know, juggling, you know, Eddie Kessler's situation. It was really well edited and really well paced out. I was invested in every storyline. This episode was absolutely fantastic. And if that is the end of Eddie Kessler, what a shame, man. What a shame. I hope he left it in that letter, you know, that it was, you know, the FBI that came after him just to give Nucky the heads up. And he couldn't bear the fact that he betrayed, you know, his longtime employer, sorry. And yeah, it was a fantastic, tragic episode. And it's the wicked world of Boardwalk Empire. You see Willie starting off very young, getting off with his first ever murder. I don't know how it's gonna come, you know, back to, if it does come back to him with Clayton, because Clayton may make a case of it, in terms of like, you know, pointing out, sorry, Willie, that he had a hand in it. But I'm not sure if the Attorney General himself will cover that up with what Nucky has paid him, because he alluded to that this episode, in terms of like telling Willie, or Nucky telling Willie, that he'll find out later on. That's for you to find out later on. Like, it's not your time to find out about this stuff. You just need to get your education. But yeah, I thought that was a fantastic episode. And I want to point out the cinematography at the end of the episode, where you had that sort of long wide shot of Eddie Kessler having only one window in his room, sort of that one long arch window in his room, and sort of like that only one option he had to take. And yeah, it was very interesting to see that compared to the cinematography early on in the season, where Nucky had 3 windows lined up in his room, where you had a sort of similar long wide shot with Nucky, and he had those 3 windows. And I'm not sure if that's meant to sort of showcase, you know, the wide range of paths he can undertake in life, or like, you know, the many options Nucky has, you know, in his sort of position. And then Kessler, compare that to Kessler, where he has sort of the small bedroom and, you know, one window of opportunity only, and that was to take the easy way out right there. So yeah, interesting. I just thought I'd point out the cinematography throughout the season with that. So I'm interested to see if that sort of makes sense, if there's any correlation with it. But yeah, a fantastic episode of Boardwalk Empire, ladies and gentlemen. Al Capone's about to get in his demon era. I thought he was already bad this season. I thought he was already unhinged. He's about to get a whole lot worse. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. It's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace. I just want to make a few more comments about that episode, because I thought it was absolutely fantastic. A fantastic piece of television. Obviously with Will, and, you know, Nucky starting him young. You know, killing the competition to get a girl as well. I feel like that was very reminiscent of what Nucky did in season 1 in terms of taking out Margaret's husband. So I know it's not sort of like, it's very similar to that, like in terms of like, not how do I explain it? It's like, I feel like it's a neat callback to season 1. Obviously the circumstances in Margaret's situation were a whole lot different, but in this case Willie is, you know, starting very young. You know, that's the Thompson blood, that's the Thompson DNA right there. And yeah, he really started at a young age, and it's going to be interesting to see his trajectory as the season goes on. And then again with Pernsley, it seems like Narcisse has instilled you know, some form of power in him. You know, he upholds himself a little bit more. And this episode, even the way he was sitting on that, you know, on that chair this episode, was almost as if it was his little kingdom, that barber shop, and he was sitting on his throne. And with he ain't falling for another white woman trick again, man. He's like, oh hell no, I've been through this shit again. I ain't falling for no games with Gillian. He's like, he knew what happened this season when a white girl tempted him with her body. He's like, hell nah. I'll give you this one chance, and next time do not come like that at all. I ain't falling for this yet again. But yeah, I thought it was a fantastic episode, and I commented on the cinematography. I commented on, you know, a lot of the shots themselves this episode, being absolutely fantastic. And Tim Van Patten, who I believe directed this episode, using that technique of making a making a lot of the characters small within the frame, because he was resorting to a lot of sort of like long, wide, steady, static shots, or, you know, medium, wide, long shots, with the characters themselves being either in the right hand side of the frame or the left hand side of the frame. And yeah, I feel like the backgrounds of the frames themselves really stood out this episode. And then you had that one technique with Gillian as well, with the sort of lens being distorted, and her, you know, only certain amounts of her face being in focus, whereas the rest of the frame itself was racked out of focus. It sort of had that sort of blurry distortion to it, and I guess that's sort of meant to mimic her state of mind at the moment, her being a train wreck, and the effects of, you know, the heroine itself. And yeah, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I just wanted to add a couple more comments towards the end of the episode here, and the end of the reaction, sorry, and I hope you guys don't mind that. So yeah, take care, God bless, peace.